It is a moment of deep reflection and urgent appeal that has gripped the entire Southeast and indeed every well-meaning Nigerian who understands the delicate balance of our national unity. The headline you saw is not just a plea, it is a powerful message from the heart of the Igbo nation to the presidency in Aso Rock. Listen to people's advice, release Nnamdi Kanu. This is the clarion call that is resonating from the streets of Aba to the diaspora communities in Ghana and Europe. The Igbo community has spoken with one voice, and they are telling President Bola Tinubu that the key to unlocking peace in the Southeast, and by extension stability in Nigeria, lies not in a prison cell in Sokoto, but in a courageous act of executive clemency. We are broadcasting this special deep dive report today, Wednesday, December 3rd, 2025, to bring you the full weight of the demands being made by Igbo leaders, elders, and youths. We are looking at why this specific moment, following the controversial life imprisonment sentence handed down on November 20, 2025, has become the turning point. We are going to unpack the warnings from the All Igbo Youth Forum, the wise counsel from the United Igbo Elders Council worldwide, and the diplomatic pressure from diaspora leaders like Eze Ndigbo Ghana, Dr. Chukwudi, Ihenetu. They are all saying the same thing. The legal route has led us to a dead end. It is time for a political solution. Let's get straight to the gist of this coordinated appeal. The most potent warning has come from the All Igbo Youth Forum, led by its President General Chief Chinedum Obilo. This group has drawn a red line in the sand regarding the 2027 general elections. Speaking directly to the political consequences of Kanu's continued detention, Chief Obilo stated that the support of Igbo youths for President Tinubu's second term hinges entirely on one condition: the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is not a bluff. The forum has threatened to mobilize over 1 million youths to take a stand if their brother is not released. Their argument is rooted in equity and fairness. They are asking a question that is difficult to answer. Why is Nnamdi Kanu still in prison when other agitators like Sunday Igboho have regained their freedom? They are asking if the Igbo people are second-class citizens in this country. This political ultimatum puts the presidency in a tight corner. Can they afford to alienate an entire voting bloc heading into the next election cycle? But it is not just the youths who are talking. The United Igbo Elders Council worldwide, UNIEC, has approached the matter with the wisdom of age, but with equal urgency. In a statement signed by their Director General, Justice Alpha Ikpeama, the elders urged President Tinubu to stop ignoring the calls for Kanu's release. They framed it as a historic step of legacy. They reminded the president that his predecessor, Muhammadu Buhari, ignored these calls despite visits from heavyweights like the late Chief Mbazulike Amechi, and the result was a deepening of the crisis. Justice Ikpeama's message is profound. He told Tinubu that releasing Kanu would etch his name in the history books of Ndigbo as a peacemaker. They argued that the peace of the Southeast has remained elusive precisely because the government has refused to listen to the yearnings of Ndigbo. The elders are seeing what the politicians are missing, that you cannot force peace on a people who feel their son is being persecuted. This sentiment is echoed by the apex socio-cultural organization, Eze Ndigbo, led by Senator Azutam Bata. They have consistently described Kanu's continued incarceration as the incarceration of Ndigbo. Think about the weight of that statement. They are saying that as long as Kanu is in chains, every Igbo man feels chained. The President General emphasized that the trial, which has dragged on for 10 years, is no longer about justice, but about punishment. Ohaneze has warned that the continuous delay is unacceptable and that the economic loss suffered by the region due to the sit-at-home orders is bleeding the national economy. They are urging the federal government to find an alternative solution because the courtroom drama has only brought pain. We also have to look at the diaspora angle, which is critical because the world is watching. His Royal Majesty Eze Dr. Ambassador Chukwudi Ihenetu, the Eze Ndigbo Ghana, has been a vocal advocate for peace and stability. In recent communiques, diaspora leaders have rejected any attempts to divide the Igbo leadership and have thrown their weight behind the call for Kanu's release. They understand that the instability at home affects the image and prosperity of Igbos abroad. They are urging President Tinubu to tackle the insecurity headlong without fear or favor, and recognize that releasing Kanu is the master key to ending the Monday sit at home that has crippled the Southeast economy. The frustration is palpable. The All Igbo Youth Forum noted that apart from a few bold voices like Honorable Obiagwocha, many Southeast politicians have been silent or complicit, using Kanu's name for politics while doing nothing to help him. They warned these politicians that the youths are now in charge and will not tolerate anyone using Kanu as a campaign tool in 2027 if they cannot speak for him now. This internal pressure on Igbo leaders is just as intense as the pressure on Tinubu. The context of this appeal is the recent life imprisonment sentence handed down by Justice James Omotosho on November 20, 2025. This judgment and the subsequent transfer of Kanu to Sokoto prison has heightened fears and tensions. The appeals court's decision on November 28th to strike out Kanu's rights violation suit as academic has further convinced the people that the judiciary cannot provide the solution. The legal doors are closing, which is why the political solution is now the only game in town. Even the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu, has been drawn into this. He assured the youth that discussions with President Tinubu are ongoing. But the people are tired of ongoing discussions. They want results. They want to see their son walk free. They believe that a magnanimous decision by President Tinubu to exercise his prerogative of mercy would do more for national unity than any infrastructure project. So the message to President Tinubu is clear. Listen to the people. The elders have spoken. The youths have threatened. The diaspora has pleaded. The continued detention of Nnamdi Kanu is fueling the very insecurity the government claims to be fighting. By releasing him, the president can disarm the agitators, restore economic life to the Southeast, and secure a political alliance that could define his legacy. The ball is now in the president's court. Will he be the leader who listens and heals, or will he double down on a strategy that has failed for a decade? What do you think? Should President Tinubu listen to the Igbo community and grant this pardon immediately? Or do you think the legal process should run its full course, regardless of the consequences? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to stay updated on this push for freedom, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. We will keep bringing you the truth.